We've been to every corner of this planet, climbed the tallest peaks, struggled through unimaginable wastelands, rode our machines to the bottom of the sea, and sent others out among the planets, heading to the stars. And yet there is still one landscape that has gone mostly unexplored, the landscape of the human heart. That is, until now. Hello once again, I'm Don Jackson, ready to hit the open road in the company of almost every feeling imaginable. I'm Don Jackson, taking the dusty back roads, trying to find my way back to the heart of the internet. I've opened a copy of Webster's Dictionary and placed it on the table between us, and I'm pointing to a definition on the page. It says, to conceive of or represent as a person, or as having qualities, human qualities, or powers. An example of that might be a man who personifies kindness. The attribution of personal qualities, the representation of a thing or abstraction as a person, or by the human form. I think that's all we need to read to be able to wrap our heads around the idea of personification. For the most part, I'm going to give life to concepts and complex emotions. For example, if love was not just a feeling or an emotion, a state of mind, but a human being, what would you ask it? What burning question would you have inside yourself that only love could answer? Now, I would imagine if that was the case, love would have its gentle demeanor, a gentle side, as well as a wild side. Herbert Shipman witnessed love in one of its playful moods. Across the gateway of my heart, I wrote, no thoroughfare, but love came laughing by and cried, I enter everywhere. Verily, you are suspended like scales between your sorrow and your joy. Only when you are empty are you at standstill and balanced. When the treasure keeper lifts you to weigh his gold and his silver, needs must your joy or your sorrow rise or fall. Khalil Gibran in The Prophet. I'm Don Jackson, close to the heartbeat of the internet. And who would have believed that the Wild West of the World Wide Web could be capable of having such a tender heartbeat? Robert Browning Hamilton describes a long walk to a place of discovery. I walked a mile with pleasure. She chatted all the way, but left me none the wiser for all she had to say. I walked a mile with sorrow, and ne'er a word said she. But oh, the things I learned from her when sorrow walked with me. When silence speaks for love, she has much to say. Richard Garnett in 1905, and you know it's still true today. He also believed, sweet are the words of love, sweeter his thoughts. Sweetest of all, what love nor says, nor thinks. I am giving feelings to concepts that really only exist in our minds and our hearts. C.M. Douglas wrote of the healing place, and I think we all have a similar place to run to when we need the time to heal. My heart was full of sorrow, so I took it to the hill and bathed it in the clear burn when all the air was still. I held it to the west wind and warmed it in the sun, in peaceful purple silence, till the healing had begun. Love, who is most beautiful among the immortal gods, the melter of limbs, overwhelms in their hearts the intelligence and wise counsel of all gods and all men. An ancient writing. I'm Don Jackson, listening to the words of love to accompany the heartbeat of the internet. I hope I've pronounced this author's name correctly, Walter Rinder. He wrote of love personified and who that being met during his travels here on earth. He was a messenger called love. Why are you alone and so sad? Love asked one day while he was on his journey upon earth. He had been sent to earth as messenger, and he had been told to help people understand that they didn't have to feel lonely or unloved. He said to the woman he had just met, I am love, and I've come to touch your life in a beautiful way. I can't stay for long, for I have much to do, but maybe I can help you understand why you are lonely. I have met many people whose hearts are in isolation. The woman looked up at Love with tear-filled eyes and said, I am tired and exhausted from my search to love and be loved. I have experienced the beginnings of loving with others, but all too soon, loving departed, leaving wounds that have never fully healed. The times between feeling loved are so long that I am losing the will to try again. I have come to accept my fate and become a lonely old woman who lives on wishes and dreams. But you don't have to accept that fate, Love said with a gentle smile. I have encountered many souls as lonely as yourself, and the message I bring to all of you is simply this. If you learn to love yourself and believe that you deserve the goodness life has to offer, then you will attract loving people to you. They will want to share who you are and to help you achieve your happiness. With these softly spoken words, Love turned to leave. The woman, wide-eyed and excited, cried out, Don't leave me, Love. I have so many questions I would like to ask you. So much is still a mystery to me. Love replied as he began to vanish down the road. All the answers you seek are within you. Look there for love to replace your loneliness. We're listening to what love has to say to us, accompanied by the heartbeat of the internet. I'm Don Jackson. An English proverb states, Love rules his kingdom without a sword. One of the landscapes I'd like to visit, if it existed, would be the island of love. This author begins, Once upon a time, there was an island where all feelings lived. Happiness, sadness, knowledge, and all the others, including love. One day, it was announced that the island would sink, so all the feelings repaired to their boats and left. Love was the only one that stayed. Love wanted to persevere until the last possible moment. When the island was almost sinking, Love decided to ask for help. Richness was passing by in a grand yacht. Love asked, Can you take me with you? No, there's a lot of gold and jewels, but no place for you. Love decided to ask Vanity, who was also passing by. No, I can't help you, Love. You're all wet and might damage my boat. Sadness was close by, so Love asked for help. Sadness, let me go with you. No, Love, I am so sad. that I need to be by myself. Happiness passed by Love too, but she was so happy that she didn't even hear when Love called her. Suddenly, there was a voice. "Come, Love, I will take you." It was an elder. Love felt so blessed and overjoyed that he forgot to ask the elder his name. When they arrived on the dry island, the elder went his way. Love, realizing how much he owed the elder, asked Knowledge, "Who helped me?" "It was Time," Knowledge answered. "Time?" asked Love. "But why did Time help me?" Knowledge smiled with deep wisdom and answered, "Because only Time is capable of understanding how great love is." In my last program called Visitors, I mentioned the episode of Star Trek The Next Generation that featured the android Data writing a subroutine on love. Now, you might think it strange that an android, a robot, filled with complex circuitry and mainboards, would have any interest in such a human emotion. He did this because of the affection that one of the female crew members believed she was feeling for him. In the end, it was apparent that she had just come out of a bad relationship and was on the rebound. But an android can't differentiate between a rebound and the real thing. In the end, he erased all the files concerning his experience with love. I made the comment that if it was only that easy for human beings to get over the pain of a broken heart, we would all do it, I think. I want you to imagine this as a dialogue over the phone between a very special service rep and a customer who is in desperate need of help with his or her system. The rep asks, "Can you install love?" "I can do that," said the customer. "I'm not very technical, but I'm ready to install now. What do I do first?" The first step is to open your heart. Have you located your heart? Yes, I have. But there are several programs running right now. Is it okay to install while they're running? What programs are running? Let me see. I have pasthurt.exe, lowesteem.exe, grudge.exe, and resentment.com running right now. To which the rep on the phone says, "No problem. Love will automatically erase pasthurt.exe from your operating system. It may remain in your permanent memory, but it will no longer disrupt other programs. Love will eventually overwrite lowesteem.exe with a module of its own called highesteem.exe. However, you have to completely turn off grudge.exe and resentment.com. Those programs prevent love from being properly installed. Can you turn those off?" "I don't know how to turn them off. Can you tell me how?" Go to your start menu and invoke forgiveness.exe. Do this as many times as necessary until grudge.exe and resentment.com have been completely erased. Okay, I'm done. Love has started installing itself automatically. Is this normal? Yes, it is. You should receive a message that says it will reinstall for the life of your heart. Do you see that message? Yes, I do. Is it completely installed? Yes, but remember that you have only the base program. You need to begin connecting to other hearts in order to get the upgrades. Let's leave the rep and his customer for a few moments in order that other hearts can be connected. But the call is far from over. There may be a blue screen ready to pop up. we're eavesdropping in on a conversation between a customer who is trying to install a powerful program in his or her system with the aid of a compassionate and knowledgeable customer service rep. Now, anyone who has ever installed a program knows it's never as easy as advertised. So let's listen in again, because the customer seems to have developed a problem. Oops, I have an error message already. What should I do? Well, what does the message say? Error 412, program not run on internal components. What does that mean? Don't worry, that's a common problem. It means that the Love program is set up to run on external hearts, but has not yet been run on your heart. It is one of those complicated programming things, but in non-technical terms, it means you have to love your own machine before it can love others. What should I do? Can you find the directory called Self-Acceptance? Yes, I have it. Excellent. Click on the following files and then copy them to the My Heart directory. ForgiveSelf.doc, Self-Esteem.txt, RealizeWorth.txt, and Goodness.doc. The system will overwrite any conflicting files and begin patching any faulty programming. Also, you need to delete self-criticize.exe from all directories and then empty your recycle bin afterwards to make sure it is completely gone and never comes back. Got it. Hey, my heart is filling up with really neat files. Smile.mpg is playing on my monitor right now, and it shows that warmth.com, peace.exe, and contentment.com are copying themselves all over my heart. To which the rep replies, then Love is installed and running. You should be able to handle it from here. Oh, one more thing before I go. Love software is freeware. Be sure to give it and its various modules to everybody you meet. They will in turn share it with other people, and they will return some really neat modules back to you. Oh, to have a rep like that waiting to answer your desperate call, day or night. Anytime you need a software update for your internal systems, I'll be here, near the heartbeat of the internet. I'm Don Jackson. Have a great day and a good night, filled with many sweet dreams of love.